What if I told you that there is one skill that you could develop, that you could practice, that will save your friendships? Well, today on our next episode of Feel Better, Do Better, I'm going to tell you exactly what that skill is. I am in a hotel, if you can tell. There's my suitcase behind me. I'm so sorry. It's been a while since I posted a video, but I am currently on tour. I took 4 months off because I'm a big believer in feeling better in order to do better. I wasn't feeling so great, but now I am back and I'm super excited to continue this work with you. And on today's episode, I want to be talking to you about one of the ultimate secret skills that you can develop to build better relationships and to get through the tough things when it gets hard with the people that we really care about the most, our friends. All right, I don't want to keep you waiting too long, so I'm going to let you know that secret skill is grace. The secret skill is extending grace to your friends, and I'm going to tell you what that looks like, how we can do it, and why it's important. Look, everybody has moments in life where we mess up. I think that is one of the most common things about humans is that we all have the capacity to make mistakes, to mess up, and to cause harm. And it really sucks when we cause harm to the people that we care about. I see this all the time. As someone that works with teenagers, I hear a lot about mistakes that are made that blew up friendships. And today I want to talk about how do we fix that? How do we fix that so when things get bad, we can grow together as opposed to grow apart? That's exactly what grace is. Giving grace means giving the room and the space for people, to make mistakes, to be imperfect, to cause harm on accident, to fix that harm, and not throw away an entire friendship just because of one mistake. There are 3 things that we need to do in order to extend grace. Number 1 is to extend patience and forgiveness. I really like looking at it like this. If your friend makes a mistake, forgiveness allows them to move forward without resentment, without feeling like I'm not actually okay with you, but I'm going to say that I'm okay. That's resentment. I'm still mad, even though I say that I'm not. And when we give them patience, it gives them the space to make up for the harm that they've caused. So patience helps people grow. Forgiveness gives them the permission to do so. This is a big one for me. I mean, to be honest with you all, I try really hard to be authentic and honest about things that I do. I don't want to paint myself as this perfect person. Being a full-time speaker for the past 3 years has been super hard. It's been hard to stay in touch with people. Sometimes I'm not even back home for like 6 months at a time. Like I'm currently on tour. I've been gone for 2 months already. And I think the one thing that's helped my friendships keep going is that a lot of times when I start to feel guilty about not being there enough, not being able to follow through with plans that we talked about because I had to take a trip, my friends have extended forgiveness. They forgive me, and then they also are patient with me because they know that I'm trying to make up for it. And so if you have a friend that cancels last minute on plans, which is not a fun feeling, I know that, right? Understanding and forgiving them and having patience for them to really think about, like, they may have other things going on. Something may have come up that made it difficult for them to be there. So instead of being mad at them, I'm going to forgive them and I'm going to give them the patience that they need to be able to show up how I would like. Number 2 is one that I use with myself. It's how I help my relationship with myself, but it's also one that helps me with relationships with other people. So when I'm really frustrated with a friend who may be doing something or acting in a way that's kind of bothering me, one thing that I tend to do is to think about what's going on in their life. So I like to practice curiosity over judgment because there might be things going on. And if I make a snap judgment like they don't care about me or they don't care about my feelings or they don't see me as a person, I could be missing an opportunity to 1, be there for my friend, and 2, to be able to grow closer through communication, talking about what's going on with you. I'm curious why you're acting this way. If you have a friend who is suddenly being really distant, where they're not talking to you a lot, they're not talking to a lot of people, maybe they're not hanging out with people, instead of saying that this person is being stuck up, or maybe they don't care about us anymore, maybe thinking about what could be going on in their life that could be making it hard for them to be around their friends, or having a conversation with them of saying, hey, I'm noticing this, I just kind of want to see what's up. Being curious over judgmental allows space for you and your friend to have real conversations without people getting their feelings hurt. And the last one is to practice empathy. And we've talked about this before. One of my last videos, we talked about this idea where we are not, when we have friends in our lives, they are not the side characters. They are the main story of their own lives. And so sometimes it's easy for us to think about our problems and think about how we need our friends to be there for us because of our problems, but sometimes we forget that they have their own problems, and that when we're not being empathetic to the fact that they have their own struggles or their own burdens, we're not being a good friend to them, and in return, we're not inviting them to be a good friend to us. So being empathetic and understanding that people are fighting battles that we don't know about. Even the closest people in our lives could be going through things that you have no idea. So why does grace matter? We talked about how to do it, but why does it matter? When we practice grace, our friendships get stronger because people feel safe being able to be real with one another. And when we don't practice grace, our friendships can crumble over small mistakes. Now, I've been someone that has lost friends because they were not graceful with me during a difficult time in my life. They were not willing to be forgiving. I also know that there are people that I've let go of because I wasn't being graceful towards them. When I look back at it, I do wish that I would have practiced a little bit more grace, and I wish that my friends would have practiced grace with me because those relationships didn't deserve to crumble over a difficult time period. All right, so I want to be very careful about this because extending grace and compassion is a really wonderful skill to build any relationship, but also we don't want to overdo it. And that means if we have people in our life that are consistently causing harm to us, they're consistently bailing on us, they're consistently lying to us, they're consistently making mistakes, saying they're going to fix it, and then they don't, then that is a relationship that has gotten toxic, which we've talked about before. So if you find yourself offering grace to the same person over and over and over and over again, it's time to have a tough conversation or to see your way out of that relationship. And if you're not sure how to have a tough conversation, check out my last video. I think it's my last video. If you can't figure out which one it is, it says how to have tough conversations with your friends and to practice those skills because it is going to get to a breaking point if you keep having to do that. All right, everyone, do not forget grace is the skill that will help your friendships grow when times are tough. We don't want our friendships to end over a little mistake, over a silly argument, over something that can be fixed. And like I told you all in my videos, some of my closest relationships, some of my closest friendships have grown because we were able to get through difficult times together. But more specifically, because we were able to offer each other grace and compassion and support, even when we were mad at each other. So this week, if you are out and about in the world and someone bothers you or causes you harm, maybe give them a chance. Maybe extend them a little extra grace and patience because right now things are really tough for a lot of people and people are acting out in very valid and invalid ways. And so being a little graceful, a little extra graceful can have a huge difference and it can make your friendships feel a whole lot stronger. And do not forget, when we are doing this work, the aim is always for us to feel better so that we can do better. Until our next video, my friends, thank you for being you. Grow through what you go through. Grow through what you go through. 7 other positive messages that I will send you. But yeah, I hope you're feeling better. I hope you're doing better.